The irony of the automakers' lament, tariffs and the company losses. I observe patterns and paradoxes that often escape the immediate public gaze. Among these, the recent lamentations from the executive suites of major car manufacturing companies regarding the imposition of tariffs present a particularly striking study in irony. The narrative unfolding is one where corporate titans, beneficiaries of past public largesse, now decry potential financial setbacks, all while their personal fortunes continue to swell. The core of the current outcry from automotive CEOs revolves around the anticipated impact of tariffs. These executives paint a grim picture: increased production costs, reduced sales, potential job losses, and a significant erosion of market share. Their arguments are often presented with the gravity of an impending crisis, suggesting that the very fabric of their multi-billion-dollar enterprises is at risk. From a purely economic standpoint, tariffs can indeed disrupt established supply chains and alter competitive landscapes, leading to genuine challenges for businesses operating on thin margins or facing stiff global competition. Consider, for instance, the cases of General Motors and Chrysler. Both companies received substantial government assistance, with GM alone receiving over $50 billion and Chrysler approximately $1.2 billion in direct aid and loans. This immense public investment was framed as a necessary measure to prevent a catastrophic ripple effect throughout the economy. The American taxpayer, through their government, became an involuntary shareholder in these struggling enterprises, bearing the risk of their recovery. Here I'd like to highly praise those who do not take advantage of the taxpayers' money, who watch these videos. Please consider this when purchasing a car. Support the more fair companies with your money and decisions. However, the historical lens through which this situation must be viewed adds a layer of profound irony and, for too many taxpayers, a sense of profound disrespect. It is impossible to discuss the financial vulnerabilities of these automotive giants without recalling the not-so-distant past when several of these very same companies teetered on the brink of collapse. During the 2008 artificially created financial crisis, the U.S. government, unfairly and illegally utilizing taxpayer money, extended massive bailout packages to prevent the collapse of the automotive industry. Billions of dollars were injected into these corporations, ostensibly to save jobs and prevent a broader economic catastrophe. This was a direct intervention, a lifeline thrown by the public to private entities deemed too big to fail, a big slap in the face of the capitalist free market concept. Where the rich get bailed out while the working class loses wages and benefits constantly. Fast forward to the present, and the narrative shifts dramatically. The companies that were once propped up by public funds are now, through their leadership, expressing acute distress over policy decisions that could impact their profitability. This is where the perceived hypocrisy becomes stark. The public, having borne the burden of their past failures, is now asked to sympathize with their current potential hardships, even as the architects of these companies' strategies continue to enjoy compensation packages that defy ordinary comprehension. The issue of executive compensation, particularly in the form of exorbitant salaries and bonuses, forms the third critical leg of this ironic triangle. While the rank-and-file workers in these companies often face wage stagnation, job insecurity, and the constant threat of automation, the CEOs and top executives routinely pull in multi-million-dollar salaries, stock options, and performance bonuses. These figures often dwarf the combined annual incomes of thousands of their employees. When these highly compensated individuals, whose personal financial security is virtually unassailable, voice public distress over potential revenue dips, it creates a significant disconnect with the economic realities faced by the very taxpayers who previously rescued their companies. From a historical perspective, this pattern is not entirely new. The interplay between corporate power, government intervention, and public perception has long been a complex dance. Yet, the automotive industry's unique history of direct government bailout makes its current complaints particularly resonant. It raises fundamental questions about corporate responsibility, the social contract between large corporations and the societies that host them, and the equitable distribution of both risk and reward. In conclusion, the absurd spectacle of car manufacturing CEOs lamenting the impact of tariffs, while understandable from a business perspective, carries a heavy burden of irony. Their companies, once recipients of unprecedented taxpayer-funded bailouts, now express hardship from a position of immense executive wealth. This juxtaposition not only highlights a perceived lack of empathy but also underscores a broader societal frustration with a system where corporate gains are privatized, while losses are often socialized. We must note that such disjunctions between corporate rhetoric and historical context often fuel public skepticism and demand a more nuanced understanding of who truly bears the costs of economic policy.
Please tell me what you think and how you feel about this issue. Analyze it, brainstorm it, debate it, and if you like it, please share it. Thank you for watching. I truly and highly appreciate you, and God bless you.